Thanks a lot guys for joining us on this video today. Now this topic, again, like this last one we dropped, is something that I've been really looking forward to making a video about and having a chat with you guys about. So when it comes to SO5, you know, the five-a-side fantasy football tournaments we play on SoRare, one of the key things that we can all struggle to get with is those decisions for what league am I really going to go hard on this week? Where am I going to deploy all my key assets? How do we make that decision? What decisions do we make? And yeah, let's just go through it, guys. If you haven't already, of course, before you watch any more of the video, like it now. Now. Thanks a lot. And before you move on to the rest of the video, subscribe to the channel. If you've not joined the platform already, links are down below for all the free stuff. Let's get stuck into it, guys. Now, the biggest headache I have, and you probably have as well, when it comes to the busy game weeks, is just, right, how do I get the strongest lineups across the board I possibly can? Now, I've used this game week as a little example, right? It's not the busiest game week, okay, but it should help us illustrate the point, okay? So, you'll go through your career on SoRare, collecting cards. You'll win some, you'll buy some, you'll trade some, whatever, right? All of them you'll have an attachment to a greater or lesser extent, depending on the money you've spent, previous rewards of maybe one year, maybe you like the player, maybe you like the team, different things. And these things can cloud your judgment, okay? Now, the reason I've used this game week, right, is because I've basically done Challenger Europe, D4, Champion Europe, D4, and then 2 in the All-Stars and 1 in under 23s. So I've had a lot of options. I can tell that by, you know, the range of players I've managed to get out, and I've managed to pick up 2 okay rewards, one really good, one not so good, okay? On top of, no, I missed the Ethereum, okay? So when I look at these players, and I'll just scroll through it, okay, you'll see there's a lot of heavy hitting cards all over the place, okay? Some of them did well in the game week in question, some of them didn't, but we still managed to come out with some prizes, okay? And why is that? So when I'm looking at this, right, first of all, I remember from this game week, we had the inside scoop that Roca was going to play for Bayern. So this became my favoured team. Now, I've spoke about, there's videos that have been releasing all this month. I don't know exactly where you'll be right now in the releases, but guys like Ominami and Diatta, blah blah blah, right? So these guys, I like them a lot. No one else is really going to be using them, I would imagine, in these leagues. So I've basically seen this whole lineup as being my strongest lineup, and by coincidence they're all under 23, so that's where I'm going to put them. If they all didn't fit and they were going to go in the Global All-Star D4, then I might have ended up with that setup in there. But as you can see, we've tried to do something similar in there, and we've been hit with 2 rotations. Now, the Manolas was quite suspected and quite known. We've got a common Ronaldo in there, but still scored us some okay points considering he is a common. But as you can see, when I went to the All-Star D3, I've kind of known I'm going to be a bit light on the ground with this one, and I've not put the second super rare in there. I've just decided to keep this Amiri in here because I wanted that lineup in the D3 to be as strong as possible, and I've been quite happy to sacrifice, you know, the Joe Davids a rotation option. Wirtz get rested as well, which was a wee bit unforeseen. The point being is when you get your 5 favourites, and as I scroll through this, you know, maybe the Bailey might have been a good option for the under 23s as well. Who did we have up front? Diatta 61. Yeah, the Bailey would have been much better. But again, what I've tried to do here is I've tried to cover the Champion Europe really strong as well. I had a wee hunch Lamar might have come in as a rotation option. He didn't. Goalkeeper did well. Fullback didn't. I think he came off the bench in that game, Hakimi, and I paid the price for it. And then even here, 2 of our big points getters, Delat didn't play, and Dorsch barely showed up at all, and then Shappy came off the bench as well. 3 guys that can score well for us. So again, you would probably, on the face of it, you'd probably think, oh, Dorsch should definitely go into the under 23s. But when you look at who we had in under 23s, we only went for a D3 lineup, and we've put the Amiri in there. So again, you might get attached to the really expensive card. The Dorsch cost me like 3 times the amount the Roca did. But you've got to take yourself out of that. The Ominami cost me a £5, the Trubin cost me 12 quid. And yeah, there's some merit in that when you go, woo, look at this team, only cost a £5 or whatever. But the flip side can happen to you when you look at this Dorsch and you think, oh fuck, that's a 150 quid card that's going into a Challenger team that I'm not really that excited about. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do that. You have to detach yourself from the price tag. You have to detach yourself from the emotion you maybe have with that card. Previous success, it's one you expected success you're expecting this game week. And you have to go for a cold hard who's going to play and who's going to do well. Even the Crepin in this match, I didn't expect him to get much of a result against Lazio, but I thought he'll be playing left wing and he'll probably be up and down the line, be involved in crossing and tackling and all that kind of stuff. So the team was built up on who I thought would do the best in that game week, and even with the one super rare, we've managed to hit 9th, so I think I did pretty well on that occasion. Now, this is a good example of the kind of thing I want you to try and avoid, right? So, when I picked up the Efra Alvarez and the Titan, I'd already had the Medina for a little while. I got really excited and I thought, right, I'm going to just try my hand at the America D2 and we'll see how we get on. And as you can see, it fucking backfired. Now, the Vela probably wasn't a great choice, right? Because he was coming back from injury. The Titan was a bit of a gamble, whatever. And the Efra Alvarez never came off the bench. It is, but it is. But that Medina is an SR who is an under 23 eligible. I could have easily had him in another lineup. I could have easily put him into this lineup ahead of the Saka, and we go from being 120th to healthy rewards, or even instead of the Russell, maybe not the Russell, so I needed a striker in there. Or I could have even put him into, this under 23. This finished second, right, with a DNP. Imagine I took that DNP out and I put the Medina in there, upgraded it to a D3 lineup. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have won the Wirtz. I think we got Wirtz this game week. No, was it Wirtz or was it Joe David? We got Joe David or Wirtz this game week. We probably wouldn't have won them. We'd have probably got a tier 2 at the upper level. So it's a kind of counterintuitive point, I suppose. But the main point being is don't get attached and think, oh, I better just try and put all the big things together. Who's going to be on the pitch? Who's going to make the biggest difference? Those are your key assets. Not how much money you spend, not what their previous scores are. It's what you can, ahead of time, guarantee yourself. Even look at this America D4 lineup. Have I got a D3 here as well? 2 seconds. Have I got America D3? I think that's the lesson to be taken out of this. Is I've went America. Jesus. Look at the D4, right? I've got Castellanos shooting 100. I've got Tommy McNamara with a 55. I've got a goalkeeper that did okay. And then Kyoto Mensa. So even if I drop the Kyoto and I put the Medina in that and just make that one D3 lineup, I'd have probably done, well, I got a D tier 2 there. It's kind of, I think he's understand the point I'm trying to drive at, is don't make the mistake I've made and try and spread everything out. You want to concentrate your best assets, the ones that you think and believe and know they're going to get 90, they're going to win, they're going to be involved in clean sheets, goals, assists, crosses, passes, tackles, all that kind of stuff. And those are the ones you want to really be trying to lump themselves together with. This is all old points because it was on the old scoring matrix, okay? But when it comes to deploying those key assets, guys, don't get tied up on trying to push yourself a division above. I would always try, and I've used this word before in streams, but I would always try and bully a division. If you can put, you know, if you're kind of like, I should maybe get a D3 lineup out of this, I could do this, I could do that, or I could do a mega D4 lineup. Do the mega D4 lineup and make it as strong as possible. I'd rather have one amazing lineup versus 2 could be good lineups, you know, and that's the main kind of point to take home of this, you know, take a step back. I'd much rather have one lineup out that I've got a lot of confidence in versus 3 that I'm like, oh, I hope the goalkeeper plays, and oh, I hope that striker actually gets a game, and oh, is his injury back yet, or all these worries and fears. Just go with what you know. Go with, he's playing, he's going to score, he's hot to trot, and those are the ones to pick. And I say, because what you don't want to do is have game weeks pass you by where, you know, because let's call a spade, right? Gabriel Magalhaes, right, hit 100 this game week. How many hundreds can he hit in a season? Let's say 3, right? That's one of them gone. I've only got 2 more hundreds to relatively forecast he's going to get per season. And if I was to wishy-washy this team down, which I actually kind of did by putting the Park Tae-jun in, because by all rights I really should have had the Dorsch in that team looking back at it. Where is Dorsch? Where did they end up? Have I got Dorsch by this point? I could have swore I've seen him somewhere. Yeah, All-Star D4. So by all rights, Dorsch or Kamada really should have been in this lineup here, and that would have been tremendous. We would have won an absolute canter, and who knows, we might have gotten the Mbappe or, you know, something better. So yeah, so the mistake I've made here is I've tried to spread too many lineups out too thin, and yeah, it has still paid off. Fortunately, getting a DNP and finishing second, guys, is a fucking miracle. Let's call a spade. But this game week, I should have probably had 2 less lineups out and got 2 more rewards, if we're being honest. And this is a mistake I've made, I've learned from, that I would like you to learn from also, okay? Thoughts and opinions, guys. Have you struggled with this? Is it something you actually find quite easy to do? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.